Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. Today we are in my backyard and I wanted to give you guys a February garden tour update of everything that's been going on. We actually have done a ton of stuff back here. A lot of like the bones stuff, getting it ready for spring and ready for planting. When we moved into this house, there was landscape rock everywhere. Like every square inch was covered with some type of landscape rock, and it was about 4 inches deep, which was great. You know, it kept the weeds out, but Jason and I didn't really like that look. You know, it was a little harsh, and I wanted to be able to plant a little bit more easily, so I thought mulch would be better. So what we've been doing for pretty much the past month is we've been, you know, digging it out. We've been putting it in our front driveway, and then we've been posting it on Craigslist or Facebook for people around town to come pick it up, and people have been coming to pick it up. It's been great. So today was the last load. Someone came and picked it, the last load up today, and then we were able to order some mulch delivery, some bulk mulch delivery, and we were able to put mulch all along the backyard, and it looks so good. I'm so happy with it. Not only because I think it looks a little bit softer than the landscape rock, but I'm really excited because I feel like I'll be able to plant so much more easily in mulch rather than landscape rock. I mean, I could have easily just, you know, moved the landscape rock to the side, but it just, I don't know, mulch is just that much easier and that much less of a barrier for me. So I'm really excited about getting this backyard kind of going. I feel like this is the last thing that we needed to do, and now I can go crazy back here. So I wanted to show you guys. I will start on the side of my house where my honeysuckle espalier is, and then I'll take you all around. All right, so here is my side yard, and here is the espaliered honeysuckle. This is Hall's japonica honeysuckle, and I will show you guys a clip of what it looked like with all the rock underneath. And it was fine, but I think it just looks so much more beautiful like this. So I've had to prune this back once this month, and it's kind of go time. It's gonna start growing a ton right now. So you guys can probably hear my girls. They're playing in the garage, so excuse that. But I just think it looks so much better with the mulch. I'm really, really happy with it, and I cannot wait for the honeysuckle to start blooming. It's already started just a little bit. Let me see if I can get it. There you go. I'm trying to go slower, you guys, with the camera. I know that I go too fast and I make some of you guys motion sick, and I apologize for that. So I'll try and go a little bit slower. But you can see the beautiful blooms here. More are coming, and I just have to be on top of it. This is all new growth, and I cut ones twice this length, just of new growth. So be aware of that. If you guys want to do something like this and you choose to do Hall's honeysuckle like I chose, just be aware that it's a fast grower in the springtime, and you have to stay on it for it to look, you know, kept up. All right. So over on this side, over by my kitchen window, don't look too close because I think my kitchen's dirty, but I wanted to show you guys my pink cyclamen. It's kind of on its last leg right now. I think what I'll do is I will transplant it and I will put it in my front yard with the other cyclamen, and they will be able to last and then hopefully bloom again next winter. So it still has some color to it. It's still looking pretty, but it's just kind of on its last leg. So I'm excited to get some summer annuals in as soon as, you know, like mid-March hits. All right, so let's walk back this way. You can see the mulch is looking really good. Over here, I have my raspberries, and I know I'm gonna have to do a better job with the supports for these raspberries. I know they're gonna get crazy. I just haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet. So that is something I need to take care of. This was an ornamental oregano, and it's supposed to be a perennial, so I'm not sure if it's gonna come back, but you know, it's hanging out there with the weeds, so it's probably not the happiest plant right now. And then that's just another pot that I'm getting ready to plant up. I don't even know what I'm gonna do yet. All right, and this cute little bed right here, we've got some tulips. Very exciting. So these little sticks right here, this is a Proven Winners Double Chiffon Rose of Sharon, blue chiffon. I'll put the name on the screen. And then right here, these tulips are apricot tulips. I think they're from Longfield Gardens, and I'll link it below as well. So I could probably grab all these right now. I think that they're ready to be harvested for a beautiful bouquet, but gosh, I'm just having a hard time doing that. Same thing with my Big Love tulips that I have over in my wattle fence section. I'm just having a really hard time harvesting them because I want them to look beautiful in my yard right now. All right, so there's my side yard. Okay, slow pan. I'm trying, guys, I'm trying. All right, so you can see my happy birthday Camellia japonica has not bloomed yet. I think it's just kind of too young. Has one bloom right there. I haven't given it any food yet, so I think I'm gonna give it some camellia fertilizer probably today or tomorrow. My Monrovia Pinkaboo Camellia Sasanqua is all bloomed out, so that guy's done, but it'll have some nice leaves throughout the year, and then it'll bloom again in December-ish. And then all of these are Nandina, and they have an absolute gorgeous red leaf color for the new leaves that are growing. Let's see if I can get a good one. This is our netting for our pool. Look at that. How beautiful, huh? I love these guys. So this netting is called Catch-A-Kid. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's in place of like a fence around your pool for kids. And this netting will support the weight of up to a 6-year-old without getting them wet at all. So it's a pretty cool thing if you guys have a pool and are looking for some safety. All right, moving this way, you can see our fire pit area. Doesn't it look nice? I'm super happy with how it looks right now. All right, I have a couple plants sitting out on my table and they are just hardening off. And they are my Aunt Shelby's hollyhocks, right, that I have there. This is a little baby one. It's getting dark, guys, sorry. And then this is purple hyacinth bean. And these are just a couple extras. I think I'm gonna put those in the front yard in my new cottage garden. And then the other one I have is over here in my soon-to-be vegetable garden. This is my wattle fence that I did this year. Not this year, I'm sorry, this month. There is a purple hyacinth bean and it's gonna grow. I'm gonna train it up here. You can see this just broke over the winter, but I just wrap wire all the way up this post, and then train the purple hyacinth bean up there. I'll put a video right here so you guys can see what it looked like last year. It was absolutely gorgeous. I'm really happy with how that purple hyacinth bean does. So this month I added this wattle fence. I'll put a link up above so you guys can watch that video if you haven't had a chance to watch that video. My plan for this garden bed, it was to get a bird fountain and put it right in the middle, but the one I want, it's too expensive right now. I can't get it straight from the garden center. So I'm gonna wait on that, and then I decided to put a kitchen garden, or like a vegetable garden here, because right over here is my kitchen and my dining room. So I thought that right here would be perfect to have a little kitchen garden with herbs and everything like that. So I wanted to divide out the garden, and I thought, I've always wanted to do this kind of wattle fence thing. And I just think it turned out so beautifully. So the only thing I have to do is I have to add in the little keyhole area right here, but I'm not gonna do that until the tulips are all bloomed out and they're all done. And then I'll just pull everything out basically. So speaking of the tulips, aren't they gorgeous? These are called Big Love tulips. They're from Longfield Gardens. I got them at Costco, and I just think they're amazing. This is the first year I've actually grown tulips here in Northern California, Zone 9B. Tulips are just annuals for us. So usually I think it's kind of not worth it, but it's totally worth it. I'm gonna be doing it from now on. It is so nice to see color here, and it's playing off the sparkling amethyst Superbina from Proven Winners so well. I'm really disappointed that I have to transplant this guy because it is literally covered in buds. One, two, all of these are buds. They're gonna turn into these big flowers like that, and the whole thing's gonna be purple and white. So it's gonna be gorgeous, but I have to transplant this because I'm putting my vegetable garden in there. So I think I'm gonna put those in the front yard and hope, I mean, I know they'll bounce back, but I'm just kinda, it's like, oh shoot. I should have transplanted them earlier, but they look so good together. I just love it. All right, moving on. You guys can see my Barbara Karst. This is Monrovia Bougainvillea Barbara Karst. I cut it way back early last fall, because I wanted to train it kind of around the windows. And if you look close, I have wire, kind of like an espalier. So last year it was crazy. It just went absolutely insane. So I'm gonna try and keep it a little bit more trained this time. And this wall of my house is a south facing wall. So it is going to get hot. It is gonna get hot, and the bougainvillea are gonna love it. So it's already starting to grow a little bit. It's already starting to get happy. I actually already did do its first fertilizing like a week ago or something like that. And I'll do it a couple more times as the year goes through. You really don't need to fertilize bougainvillea, but just because I cut it so far back, I'm gonna go ahead and fertilize it now, just so it's really happy. All right, and then the big change here again was a whole bunch of landscape rock, kind of the same rock that's over there in that little pathway that we left. And it just looked harsh. It just looked hot, intense. There was no contrast between the garden bed and the house or anything like that. So I'm so happy with how this looks now. These 3 pots were here when we moved in. They were a blue color, and I actually painted them white. And my goal for this year, and if I don't do it, you guys need to yell at me in the comments section, I want them all matching. Every year I've done different versions just because I'm like, oh, I really want to plant this plant. Oh, I really want to plant strawberries, all that kind of stuff. I want them matching this year. So I need you guys to hold me to it. I need to plant matching pots, these 3 matching pots. So I will be pulling this stuff out, just transplanting it. Let me show you guys this. This is the Proven Winners strawberries. I cannot remember the name right now. I found hanging baskets at the garden center, and so I went ahead and grabbed it. Yes, you can see I totally need more soil in this pot, but this was just a last minute thing because I just wanted to winter these strawberries over. So I just threw them in the pot there. So those will move. Here I have some sweet alyssum. This is the Snow Princess lobularia from Proven Winners. And then back behind there, that's starting to really bloom, this is the Supertunia Vista Snowdrift. And I just planted this up in my cottage garden bed on the east side of my house. So pretty soon that will completely take over. And then this guy will, it still blooms really well. And then as I was spreading this mulch earlier today, I kept smelling the most beautiful smell, and I realized it was the sweet alyssum. And it smells delicious. It smells so good. So if you guys have a chance to smell that, go smell. You guys probably already know what that smells like. I don't think I've ever smelled it so strongly than I had today. It must have just been a really good day for it or something. All right, so that's my white pot. Obviously that will come out as well. And then this pot looks insanely beautiful right now. Let me get out of the sun. Okay, so this is Spanish lavender in full bloom. It smells amazing. Underplanted with Supertunia Bermuda Beach. And I can't believe this guy overwintered. I haven't done anything to it. It just looks like that. I haven't done anything to this whole pot here. Haven't fertilized it. It is on drip. It's just so happy. It's just such a good spot because it's nice and warm here, and it's just a happy pot. I feel bad that I have to take it out, but I have to take it out. I just love this color. This color combination, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Again, it is end of February. It should not look like this right now, but we've had a very warm end of winter. It's not even spring yet. End of winter, I guess. Well, I'll say. We've had a very warm February, so you can see the effects of that is everything's starting to bloom, and it looks really beautiful. Okay, so moving on. This area I still need to work on, right? I have these 2 pots right here. I'm thinking I'm gonna move the strawberries to this pot, and then I'm gonna get some blueberries for that pot. The only drawback I have is that I know I can get the pollinating kind of blueberries, and so I should have 2 of them, but I only have room for 1 blueberry bush, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I might find, you know, one other random spot to put a blueberry bush, or a, you know, a pot or something like that. But I think that this is gonna be kind of like my fruit section. So I'll have the strawberries, and then I'll have the blueberries right there. That's what I'm thinking right now. Of course that might change, who knows? All right, and then this random scrubby plant right here, this is another Proven Winners. This is a Super Bells, the yellow one. I cannot, it's like lemon something. I'll put it down below. But this guy just keeps thriving. It's supposed to not do well in the ground. And so I think 2 years ago, I threw it in the ground just here, not even thinking about it. I thought for sure it was gonna die. I just didn't want to throw it away because I needed the pot, and it just keeps coming back. So I think if I fertilize it, it'll start blooming. It'll start blooming again. It bloomed for me last year and I was shocked. So very excited about that. Okay, so here is more of my honeysuckle. All right, and same thing, let me go slow. Same thing, more honeysuckle over here. You can see all my birds fighting over the bird feeders. But so on both of these trellises, I have honeysuckle. So it's honeysuckle on this side, honeysuckle on that side, and then honeysuckle on the side of the house. And I think that just makes a really nice balance, and I like it. These are the newest ones. These over here, I just planted, gosh, I want to say like May of last year. So they're, you know, further behind, obviously. I need to get this one up and train it. It just needs to be trained. Let's see, I have a clematis on this tutor that I made this tutor myself. I think the clematis has died. It looks like sticks right now. You never know with these I don't even know the name of the clematis because I got it before I started paying attention to names. So I would just leave it in, but let me show you guys a little closer look. I'm pretty sure it died, but I think I thought that last year. So, this is the clematis. God, this looks dead. Let me see if I can scrape. It's green. You see that? Oh, it's green. Horrible filming, sorry. Okay, so I guess that clematis is not dead. I will not take it out. I don't know. I need to know what kind it is. So when it blooms, if it does bloom, I'm gonna post it like on Instagram or YouTube or something, and hopefully somebody will be able to identify it for me. All right, just below that, I have 3 Bobo hydrangeas from Proven Winners. And then spread all through here, I have my Schubertii allium bulbs, and they are coming. They look really good. They look really happy. So far, the Globemaster allium bulbs that I planted in the front yard, nothing, just absolutely nothing. But those bulbs, they did not look good. They looked had like some moldy spots and stuff like that. So I'd be shocked if I got one, which is so disappointing. But I think that they got stuck in shipping from, you know, when it was all the shipping delays and everything like that. So I think that's the problem. I don't think it was the company's problem. I don't want to call them out or anything like that. But these allium bulbs, these Schubertii, look awesome. Okay, here we have some African daisy or osteospermum. They look very pretty. I don't know the name of these. These are just like generic from the plant store, but they're very pretty. I have a neighbor who has these all in the front of her yard, and it always looks so pretty this time of year when they start blooming. Okay, here is a Wichita blue juniper, looking good. And then there's my dogwood with the red twigs, variegated red twig dogwood. I don't know when that's gonna leaf out, hopefully soon. Okay, you guys, here you can see all the mulch. Look at how nice that looks. It just looks so much better than all the rocks and everything like that. So much softer. Okay, right there is the giant hibiscus. I'll put the name on the screen of what it is. I don't know if you guys can hear, my neighbor plays piano, and it's just so nice. I come out here and then there's classical music playing, and then I look at my my topiaries and I just feel fancy. All right, so anyway, I digress. This is a Texas privet topiary. It's about to bloom, which is pretty, but I'll end up cutting it back just to trim it back a little bit. This is a juniper spiral that I actually got on the clearance section at Lowe's. It's a little crooked right now. I need to fix it. And then down here, let's see if it'll go down. There you go. All right, down here is more of the sparkling amethyst superbena from Proven Winners. Again, this is long in the tooth because I just left it here all winter. It'll probably flower again, but I think I'm going to come out here and I'm going to cut it all back and then fertilize it, and it'll just kind of rejuvenate it. All right, so almost done. This is the last trellis that I have. This is the one that I have my bird houses on right there. And then in between each side, I have my limelight hydrangeas. They have not started leafing out yet. And then again, these are more of the Hall's japonica honeysuckle. And when these bloom, oh my gosh, the smell is amazing. You can see my birdhouses. And yes, it makes a total mess underneath here. So this black mulch here was kind of a waste, but my plan is, now that I'm ready to start planting, I can find a really good ground cover. So if you guys have any ideas for good ground covers, this is a north-facing garden bed, so it gets almost full shade, maybe the teeniest bit of sun, but not a lot. All right. And coming this way, we have my greenhouse. It's doing really well. It's getting a little messy because I'm doing seed starting and all that fun stuff. I do have a house plant that I left in there that is just, it died. I have to throw this guy away, this poor guy. It died. This was one of my monster plants. This had Monstera Ansonii, and then it had a neon pothos. So that's okay. I was pretty much done with it. Ooh, let me show you guys this begonia. I'm gonna start planting out these begonias, I think. I don't know where yet. There's a couple more of them. And then this is another Supertunia that I wintered over. This was Supertunia Vista Paradise. So it's just so pretty. I'm so happy to see blooms like that. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so now just my pots. So here I have my Purple Queen bougainvillea. It's not looking very happy right now, but it's probably about to start leafing out, I would think. And then I have this pot here that I did a video on. This is my sweet peas, and they are doing fantastic, loving life. And then right here is my improved Meyer lemon tree. And I'm kind of worried about this guy. So our anticipated last frost date is always March 1st for here in Davis. And it is, let's see, I think it's the 21st, or February 21st today. So on February 24th, this Thursday, which is actually when I think this video is gonna come out, our low is gonna be 27. It's so annoying. We've had one minimal frost this whole winter, which, guys, I'm not complaining. I totally get it. You guys are in ice and snow and everything like that. But what a trickster, It's like I thought we were there. And then here we are 4 days before our anticipated last frost, and we're going to have possibly a hard frost. So with this Meyer lemon in a pot, I'm going to have to cover it. And then with the purple hyacinth seedling that I just planted, I'll put a cloche over that. And then I have some harvest guard and stuff like that. So it's not a big deal. I think everything will be fine. But just, I was tempting fate, and I need to learn my lesson, and I do it every single year. Oh, I'm going to be fine. There's not going to be a frost. It'll be good. And then here we are, and we have another frost coming. So that's okay. I will learn my lesson eventually. All right, last couple pots. So this one has snapdragons that are just coming. I pruned them all back, so they're growing back. This one has some white cyclamen with some purple alyssum. But let me show you these over here because they look way prettier. So here's this, I think these just get more sun. Here's a snapdragon that's about to bloom. And then here's the purple alyssum. Look how pretty that looks. Doesn't that look gorgeous? And there's the white cyclamen right there. So that's some nice spring color. I think it'll look really, really pretty once the snapdragons are coming. And then probably mid-March, end of March, I will replace all of these with my summer annuals. Okay guys, so that's it for my February backyard garden tour. You know, things are starting to wake up. We're starting to get some color, which is very exciting. If you guys didn't see my front yard and cut flower garden tour, I will link it up above. There's a lot of color in the front yard right now, which is awesome. I'm super excited about spring. It's almost here. I just have to get through this one last frost and then we'll be fine. I hope it's starting to get warm in your neck of the woods. I hope you guys are getting out of all that snow. It's been a really bad year in some places for snow. So sending you all warm vibes. If you guys enjoyed this, please consider subscribing and I will see you in another video very soon.